everyone. My name is Oneida Franco, and I am one of the co-founders of Casa Dos Chicas. I'm here with Ana Ocansi, the other half of Casa Dos Chicas. She'll be with you in a minute. I wanted to briefly introduce what Casa Dos Chicas is all about. We are a woman-owned, Hispanic-owned, Latina-owned company that we started. Well, we launched about 11 months ago, but we have been brewing this, pun intended, for more than, I think, 8 years. So we're really happy that this is actually manifested into a real life company that has already shipped over 100 orders that we're really proud of. These are beautiful boxes. And I want to hand over the mic to Ana Ocansi, that she's going to tell you a little bit about what coffee tasting is. And you'll be a little bit surprised, because it's not just drinking the coffee and drinking it. Is more about integrating your memory of what you have experienced so far with taste with coffee. So, Ana.
Thank you, Oneida. I am Ana Ocansi, and as other Latinas around the world, and Latinos obviously, we grew up with coffee in our homes. That coffee is known as the first wave. When the Folgers in the cans, Maxwell House, good to the last drop, we all know those slogans. The second wave of coffee is the Starbucks, where now it's not necessarily the coffee, it's the sugar and the milks and all the fancy drinks. We are now in the third wave of coffee, which is specialty coffee. Have you ever wondered what the tasting notes on a bag of specialty coffee means? Or even try to get to those flavors and not really be able to locate those flavors on your tongue? It's not just taste, just like Oneida just said. It begins with their smell. So you take a bag of whole beans. Most of the specialty coffee bags have this valve. I used to think it was so I can smell it. Is it fresh? Has nothing to do with that. This is so that the gases can escape, because as coffee is roasted, it releases gases. But you can smell through that. You're going to get your sense of smell from the dry coffee when it's ground. And this is called the fragrance. So what you do, this is the whole bean, and this is ground coffee. So when you sniff it, just put your nose all in the cup, and close your eyes and think of a color. If you think of the color yellow, it's going to have more notes of lemon. If you think the color orange, it's going to have tasting notes more citrusy, orange, grapefruit, peach. If you think of the color brown, it's going to probably have tasting notes that are more nutty, dark chocolate, cacao. And even if you think of red, it's more on the spicy side, and not spicy like chiles, but spices like cinnamon, cloves. And like Oneida was saying, a lot of this is based on your memories of things that you've tasted. So if you're exposed to all these different types of flavors, you'll be able to identify some of those tasting notes as you're tasting the coffee. So after you smell the coffee as it's dry, to get that fragrance, when hot water hits it, that's when it releases its aroma, and it's way more intense than just the fragrance. So you're able to enjoy more of those smells that might take you back to your childhood. Like when I sent coffee to my dad, he's from Chiapas, and he smelled the coffee straight out of the bag. He knew instantly it came from his home country. Took him back to his childhood. But once you're able to smell it, then you taste it. Don't just take the cup and little slurps. Take a spoon, a wide mouth spoon, dip it in there and slurp it across your tongue as if you would with wine. That way, the coffee comes in contact with all the taste buds on your tongue. If you feel flavor, if you feel anything on the top of your tongue, the tip of your tongue, that means there's sweetness to the coffee. Not sweetness like sugar or candy that we have been accustomed to think of when we think of sweetness, but it's just there's sweetness to it. If you have sensation on the sides of your tongue, then it's going to be a little bit more on the acidic side, which is fine. We all know coffee is acidic because it's a fruit. If you have it in the back, it's more of an aftertaste, a residual flavor. And then think that's the actual taste, right? And then you want to think about the body. Do you feel something weighing on your tongue? Is it creamy? Is it silky? And yes, you can have different coffees in front of you, and they all can have different weights to their coffee. They can have different flavors. It'll hit different. It'll smell different. So next time you pick up your cup of coffee, before you add milk and before you add sugar, let's see if we can get some of those tasting notes that are printed on the bag. And I hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah, this is a very, very high level intro to coffee tasting, but I think that it gives you a pretty good insight on that tasting coffee is not just drinking coffee. It's an integration of all your senses. Like Anna said, I think because when people say tasting, when it comes to beverages that are in the market, they think wine. So it's kind of like the same thing. And I want to close out just saying that our slogan is everything is possible over a cup of coffee.
Thank you.
Thank you.